On New Year's Eve, a mother found her son kneeling motionless on his bed, the only sound his computer's hum. He was a content creator, pushing his limits for an online audience. That night, the line between performance and reality vanished, leaving his family to face a devastating loss. The stage for this tragedy was a private pay-per-view stream. Viewers paid for access, creating a transactional relationship, each payment influencing the performer's actions. The content consumption challenges often involving alcohol and drugs. This subgenre thrives on spectacle and endurance, monetizing risk for entertainment. For the creator, it was a way to earn. For viewers, a dangerous thrill, hidden behind a paywall. His family discovered these streams only months before his death, realizing this was not a one-time event, but a pattern. The bedroom was both sanctuary and stage, equipped with camera and computer. Here, he broadcast to paying subscribers, blurring the line between personal safety and performance. Each challenge escalated, driven by audience demand. The private space became a venue for life-threatening acts. The risk was real, but the audience was remote. The room where he slept became the site of his final, fatal performance. The digital and physical worlds collided with tragic results. The man was undergoing psychiatric treatment, revealing a pre-existing vulnerability. His risky online challenges were not isolated, they were part of a larger struggle. Substance use was already present, now amplified by the structure and incentives of streaming. The performance turned private struggles into public spectacle, creating a dangerous feedback loop. Family concern grew after discovering his streams, realizing his problems were being encouraged and funded by anonymous viewers. Each challenge set a new baseline, pushing him to greater extremes to keep the audience engaged. The pay-per-view model fueled escalation, with every successful act demanding something riskier next time. What began as a way to earn money became a high-stakes, self-destructive routine. The pressure to perform was relentless. The final broadcast was the tragic endpoint of this escalating cycle. The consequences were irreversible. On New Year's Eve, the streamer launched his final live broadcast to his private subscribers. The premise: another challenge, consuming substances as directed by his paying audience. For viewers, it was entertainment. For him, a job. The stream continued for an unknown duration, with the man consuming alcohol and drugs on camera. The audience's payments dictated his actions, their messages and money serving as his script. Alone in his room, he was still performing for a crowd. At some point, he lost consciousness, the performance abruptly ending. His body remained in view, motionless, as the live feed continued. Viewers, still connected, witnessed the change, but didn't grasp its severity. Some speculated he was just sleeping, highlighting the disconnect between digital perception and physical reality. The stream didn't end. The computer kept broadcasting the silent, static scene. When his family entered, voices from the computer still filled the room. The entertainment had turned into a tragedy, live for all to see. The line between show and real life had vanished. The audience, remote and anonymous, were the only witnesses to his collapse. The spectacle was over, replaced by a chilling stillness. The consequences of the digital performance were now heartbreakingly real. The tragedy was complete. Shortly before 2 a.m., the house was quiet. The mother, sensing something was wrong, checked on her son. The bedroom door was partially open, offering a glimpse inside. She saw him kneeling on the bed, as if in prayer, unnaturally still. Calling his name brought no response. The silence confirmed her worst fears. She stood at the doorway processing the scene before alerting his brother. The normal sounds of life were gone, replaced by the hum of computer equipment. Her instinct to check on him led her to the threshold of tragedy. Realizing the gravity, she called for help. The discovery shifted from private shock to a family crisis. The quiet stillness was about to be shattered by alarm and the arrival of help, though it was already too late. The digital world had spilled into their home. The moment marked the end of normalcy for the family. The tragedy was now painfully real. The brother entered the room, taking in the full scene. The computer was still streaming, voices of viewers speculating he was just sleeping. On a red plate, a pile of cocaine, evidence of the challenge. An almost empty whiskey bottle and energy drink cans completed the toxic mix. The room was the stage, the props laid bare. The brothers' discovery connected the digital performance to its real-world consequences. The items weren't just objects, they told the story of the final hours. The ambiguity of the broadcast ended. The family faced the grim reality. Viewers' casual comments were replaced by the family's horror. The digital event had violently collided with the physical world. The brother was now a direct witness to the aftermath. Police and medical examiners would soon follow, turning the room into a scene for investigation. The performance was over. The inquiry had begun. The family's call for help came too late. The man was already gone. Police arrived first, finding no signs of crime but recognizing the unusual circumstances. The live-streamed pay-per-view challenge involving drugs and alcohol prompted a full investigation. Authorities secured digital evidence, computer, streaming account, and the final broadcast. Investigators sought to identify viewers, payments, and chat logs to understand the interactions. The goal: determine if any actions constituted a criminal offense, such as incitement or failure to assist. This was the first case of its kind in the country, setting a precedent for handling deaths linked to online activities. The legal questions were complex, with viewers remote and often anonymous. The outcome could reshape how such online challenges are regulated and policed. This tragedy exposes the direct link between digital actions and physical consequences. Viewer payments weren't abstract, they triggered real, harmful acts. The digital economy of the stream was fueled by the performer's physical decline. Similar cases elsewhere show the extreme toll of performance-based streaming. The pursuit of viewership can eclipse self-preservation. In private streams, the audience is more than passive. They're active participants, enabling and encouraging risk. The private nature fosters insulation from scrutiny, allowing for more extreme content. The investigation must bridge digital evidence and real-world harm. Anonymity and distance complicate accountability. The case forces the legal system to confront how laws apply to digital actions with real consequences. The screen is no barrier to tragedy. A man died in his room, connected to an audience paying to watch. This was not a random accident, but the result of a system built by creator and viewers alike. His body was the raw material, the stream, the factory, the viewers, the consumers. When the body failed, the system collapsed, leaving only silence and a live feed of an empty stage. The viewer's actions, mediated by screens, had direct, tangible impact. The financial transactions drove the performance to its fatal end. The digital disconnect made it hard for viewers to grasp the reality of his distress. In private, transactional performances, the line between audience and participant blurs. Viewers become co-creators, their choices shaping the outcome. In this shared digital space, the question remains, where does responsibility begin and end?